What is going on, guys? As always, hit that like and subscribe button. Let's talk about the Chiefs versus Seahawks game tonight. Who you got? What games you watching today? Big games, but I'm here to talk about the Chiefs and the Seahawks. That's all I got to talk about right now. I'm telling you right now, Chiefs win 48-28 all day. All day. I'm not scared of Russell Wilson. Listen, Russell Wilson is a choke artist. Who else throws an interception on a 1-yard line in the Super Bowl? Not anybody else besides Russell Wilson. Kansas City Chiefs are going to come in deep today. Seattle Seahawks are going to bring the heat, but they ain't going to get to Mahomes. I got Mahomes throwing for over 300 yards easy, 4 touchdowns. We're going to go take over the AFC today. And with that number 1 seed, get home field advantage. And I'm sorry, y'all ain't beating us in Arrowhead. None of you guys are. I've watched a lot of games this weekend, and I ain't seen nothing that can beat the Chiefs. Patriots are old and slow. They're falling apart. Ben Roethlisberger, all these people are the same. We've seen them 100 times. I know that everybody's living in the past. You know, you guys say, Chiefs are going to lose the first playoff game. Chiefs are going to lose the first playoff game. That's not true. Listen, y'all living in the past. The only reason why you're living in the past is because that's where your rings are. You know what I'm saying? You got to go back to the 90s to find a ring. None of y'all have seen a roster that is this elite like the Kansas City Chiefs, period, point blank. Comment if I'm wrong. Now, granted, I am a little nervous. I'm going to give y'all the truth right now. Patrick Mahomes is 0 for 3 in primetime games. Hasn't won one game yet. Which I was talking to my wife last night, and I thought was pretty weird because if you look at that, if you look at those stats, right, we know as sports fans, NFL fans, whoever you are, that we all cheer for our team, but most of us are fans of the league too. So I'm a little heartbroken that Patrick Mahomes hasn't really got the chance in front of the world to show everybody what he's got, you know what I mean? Because the Patriots, Rams game, I mean, he did, but he made the most mistakes in those games. They were good games still. I mean, you take the 3 losses of the Chiefs, and it's a total of 7 points. 1 touchdown with 3 teams combined. You look at the Patriots game, we turned the ball over 4 times and only lost by 3. Same thing with the Rams. 4 times, only lost by 3. So, I mean, we're hanging in all the games, and no one's beating us. Everybody's sleeping on our defense. Eric Berry's back. Chris Jones is getting two and a half sacks a game for the last 9 games. Number 95 for the Chiefs. Bad mamma jamma. The run game with Williams looked good. Had people saying Kareem who. Now, I'm not underestimating the running game of the Seattle Seahawks. They can't run, but our linebackers are going to step up. Everybody, the media has said that we are going to play teams that run the ball all over us. It didn't work. So our defense is underrated. They step up when they know the pressure's on them. That loss in San Diego, or at home against San Diego last week, was a huge one, and I believe we needed it. I believe Patrick Mahomes goes out today and he shows the world who he is. I believe the defense steps up and says, ain't nobody doing that. The only reason why the Chargers went for 2 was because they knew they couldn't beat the Chiefs in overtime. Those are facts. You know, as again, comment if I'm wrong. I know we got a lot of haters. We're the New England Patriots. When you got somebody like Patrick Mahomes as your quarterback, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, we're going to get Sammy Watkins back. Kelvin Benjamin's going to have a good game today. I mean, our roster is loaded. And I have told people over and over again, you haven't seen anything yet. Andy Reid is one of the most clever coaches and always has been. He's just been overlooked because he hasn't had a ring yet. But he's going to get it with the Chiefs. Either that or if the Chiefs don't win with this roster, say the Chiefs don't win in the next 2 to 3 years, we probably won't ever win a Super Bowl. And that's the truth. When you have an explosive, high-powered offense like this, I mean, it's incredible. But you got to go get a ring, man. You got to go get a ring. You got to back it up. The only other quarterback, when I looked at statistic-wise, that was the same age as Patrick Mahomes that has done this was Dan Marino. So I look at it and I'm like, wow, what do Dan Marino and Patrick Mahomes have in common? They both had hell of first seasons. Dan Marino was the youngest player to ever win an MVP at 24. Patrick Mahomes is 24. But we all know what happened to Dan Marino in his career. He's not talked about. Even though he was high-powered and elite, nobody cares because he didn't get rings. That's why we talk about people. We don't talk about people that are necessarily great, but we put the ones that aren't necessarily great that just make simple plays and put them on a pedestal. Let me give you an example. Tom Brady. Tom Brady's not the GOAT. He just makes plays when needed to. He's a great quarterback. He is. Probably the greatest of his generation, but that time's over. I mean, come on, man. He's won by field goals every time or an interception. Tom Brady has point blank never went to a Super Bowl game and showed the world that he's a high caliber quarterback. No one's ever been. I mean, the two greatest games that or let's say three best games Tom Brady was ever in, two of them he lost. Those two games were to the Giants, right? And then the Malcolm Butler interception in the end zone that gave him a win. Come on, man. This dude ain't never went out there and just won. Last year he went out there and did it. You give Tom Brady the last possession, he's going to get things done. But that's because he makes the easy plays. He's not going out there and throwing 50, 60 yards downfield and getting out of the pocket and doing the things that these new age quarterbacks are doing, man. That's my opinion on today's game, man. Let me know in the comment section what games you're watching today. As always, please hit that like button, man. Hit that subscribe button. Let's build this community up. Thank you guys for watching and enjoy the games, man. Enjoy the games.